common. When I was in Nigeria, I was very brilliant too. I mean, that's what I tell myself. When I was in Nigeria, I was very brilliant too. Like, why would I come here and I will be feeling like I'm incompetent? Why would I come here and I will feel like shit? Why would I come here and I will literally have imposter syndrome, like doing things and feeling like they are not perfect enough? I'm just like, you know what? I will go back to Nigeria. In Nigeria, I'm a local champion. Welcome back to my channel. My name is O to the L to the A for people that are just seeing my face for the first time. And on this channel, I talk about studying abroad, what it is like to study abroad. I also give tips on funding details. If you check through my channel, you'll see that I've reviewed some courses that offer fully funded scholarship. My goal here is that people that are willing to study abroad get fully funded scholarship, and then maybe one day we can do a meet or greet. Yeah, anyways, also sometimes, I also talk about visa. I talk about what it is like to be living in the US, and also I vlog about interesting things happening in my life, basically. Anyways, so I said that because if you are new here, I want you to subscribe to the channel. So pause the video and press the subscribe button. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much to my old and existing subscribers. You guys got me to 3K and I am so grateful. But like they say, the need of man is insatiable. So I'm looking up to something else, which is 35. So please continue to share my video to people, continue to like my video, continue to comment on my video, and please do not unsubscribe to the channel, okay? So that we can get to the 35 subscribers. Yeah, so in today's video, as you can see from the title, I will be telling you why I contemplated leaving the US when I first of all came to the US. Oh my god, this is a very emotional story, and I hope I can state it in a way that I'm not so emotional about it. I mean, I should not be emotional about it because I think I'm over it right now. But yeah, so that is what we'll be talking about in today's video. And I'm going to offer a little bit of disclaimer. I am not saying this story to get sympathy from anyone. Like, as you can see right now, I am fine. It means that I'm completely over this. I'm just stating this so that people will know that, like, this life is not all bed of roses. Like, people have challenges. We're going to start from the very beginning. I came to the US in July 2021. And if you've not watched my admission story, on how I got admitted to like 5 universities that offered me full funding, I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen, so please make sure you check that out. Anyway, so I came to the US in July 2021, and if you look at my admission story, I initially said I was supposed to be here 2022, but I came in 2021 because of COVID. So I came in July, the excitement of being in a new country, I was very happy, oh my god. I'm like, how do I even say this story? Okay, so the moment my parents left me, so my mom and my sister followed me to the airport, and the moment they left me, I was left alone. I'm like, girl, like, you are carrying your cross now. I boarded the plane, and till the moment I got to the US, I made like a friend on the plane, and we're not going to the same school, but we're going to the last final destination. So when we got there, then we all parted ways, we got each other's number, and then everyone went their separate ways. Then my supervisor came to pick me at the airport, and then she drove me to this place. The moment I first of all came, like, everything just felt strange. So I came in and I realized that I would be staying alone. I'm going to say that it's not like I'm used to not staying alone, but I don't know, this was not even why. I think I'm oversharing, and I don't want to do that. I'm oversharing. This was not even why I contemplated on going back to Nigeria. So I came, I was staying alone. Of course, like, the US is very different from Nigeria. You know how Nigeria, you have friends, and you can like call your friend and be like, hello, I'm in front of your house, come and open the door, and you can literally go to their house without even telling them. You cannot do that here. Like, even if you have friends here, you need to like literally send them a message and be like, hey babe, like, could we hang out on Saturday, or could we do this, could we do that? So that was kind of like, first of all, the shocking thing. I'm going to say I'm also an introvert, or kind of, I like to believe that I'm introverted extrovert, but I think like as I'm growing, I think I'm more of like the introverted person. So right now, I'm like, when I was younger, I used to like initiate conversation, I used to like making friends. But right now, I feel like my social butterfly is exhausted, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to people, except like maybe when people talk to me. And it's not pride, it's just that I do not have that. I feel like I do not have that capacity any longer. Sometimes I used to wish that, you know, I could be bubbly, I could talk to people, I could do this, I could do that, but it's not just me again. So when I came, and in July, you know, we were training, I was training for my graduate assistant, we were training, everything was going smoothly. I go to training, I come back home, I'll press my phone from morning till dawn because I literally had nothing doing. I'll press my phone, I'll talk to my friends, I will do this, I will do that. And that was it. So my July went smoothly. August came, August also was going smoothly until school resumed. And you know, when school resumed, oh my god, the imposter syndrome started. I remember a date when school was going to resume. Was it a day? 2 days to when school was going to resume. So like, one of our professors published the syllabus on Canva. So like, Canva is like a learning management system kind of. So she published the course on Canva, and then I went to check through the syllabus. I saw numerous assignments. We'll be submitting journal every week, like a reflective pieces, and then like so many assignments. I think we had like 8 or 10 assignments in that class, and I was like, oh my god, how am I even going to do this? Like, I'm from Nigeria, okay, and in Nigeria, like, they don't really pay attention to assignment. They are just like, let us go to the exam, let us read, let me pour whatever it is I have read, and then I'm going to pass. That is what we call la cram la pour. And then my friends, we say so, like, you put it on your head, and then you cram, and then you kind of like put it down when it's time to like write an exam. So basically, I mean, I was expecting that, because like from the little orientation that I've had with people, like, be like, you know, like, if you are Nigerian, it's easy to succeed in the US. And seeing that syllabus, I'm like, what am I even going to write? What do you want me to be reflecting on? I'm not even used to reflection. What do you want me to be reflecting on? I'll be submitting reflection, like a diary journal, every week. How am I even going to do that? So that time I just started getting scared. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? I called my sister. My sister was like, you know, it's going to be well. Like, girl, just calm down, let the class begin. I'm sure you will know what you'll be reflecting on when the class begins. I also called my friend. She was like, girl, I've been where you are. I'm so sorry, I've been where you are, so you know, just calm down. But if you know me, I don't know, people that are close to me, they know I kind of overthink things a lot. So I was overthinking, and then we had the class. That was the first class I had. And then we had the class was interesting. Also, another thing is that classes are for 3 hours. And I was like, first off, I don't have a high attention span. So like, to literally keep me in class, I literally have to tell myself every time that, girl, you are in class. You could be at home sleeping, and for you not to be sleeping, you are in class. So just pay attention to the fact that you are in class. If not, like, it's not going to be worth your time. Like, coming here, you could just sit in your house and sleep or do any other thing. So we were literally in class for 3 hours, and that, I think that was part of the things that scared me. I'm like, how would I be in class for 3 hours? Like, what are we going to be talking about? We're in class for 3 hours, and so after that class, you know, she gave us like the prompts for the journal, and then I just started overthinking it. I wanted to be perfect, because if you know me, like, I kind of like things to be perfect. I wanted to be perfect, ignoring the fact that like no one is perfect. I wanted to be perfect. I had that imposter syndrome. Oh my god, I think that was what contributed a lot to why I'm like, I do not belong here. I had that imposter syndrome. Remember that, like, I was coming to a new country. Things were different from the way it was in Nigeria. I was literally just adjusting. I mean, I came in July and this is August, but like, I was literally so overwhelmed. I was having imposter syndrome. When we do something at work and I do not get it, like, I do not get it. Remember that, like, I switched from Nigeria to the US, where the education system is completely different. So when they say things and I don't get it, I just start overthinking. Even when my friends from home call me and I do not pick their call, like maybe I'm kind of busy, I'm like, oh my god, I'm already overthinking. I'm like, am I going to lose my friend? I've not spoken to them in a week. Am I going to lose them? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? It was a lot for me. Like, it was literally a lot for me, and it kind of like started weighing my mind down. I know how the devil will just come and be picking on little things and kind of like be lying for you. I was at that stage. I was completely depressed. I would call my friends, sometimes I would cry on the phone. I would literally beg people to come and stay in the house with me. Like, I kid ya or not, like my first semester in the US was very rough. You know, I look back and I'm like, oh my god, girl, you've grown so much. Because my first semester in the US, it was a lot. It was a whole lot. Anyway, so imposter syndrome started coming. I started feeling so depressed. Like, I would do things and I would do things and I would just be like, it's not good enough. And when I ask for feedback from other people, they'll be like, yeah, you are doing so well. Like, I value your courage. Like, you know, you live in your country, coming to another country, you are trying, you are doing this, you are doing the best you can. But I'm just like, no, I am not doing my best here. I just want to get things right. I will submit my journal, she will give me like a nice feedback, but I'm still overthinking it. We'll do assignment. I was literally still overthinking it. Like, the educational system was different. I literally had to be on my feet all the time, thinking about things, writing about my experiences, writing about things. And I'm like, I am not used to this. Like, my brain had to be active every time. And I literally wasn't used to this. To be honest, I contemplated dropping out. I'm not even going to kid you all. I contemplated dropping out. Like, I know when I tell people that, you know, like my first semester, I contemplated dropping out, they will look at me, they'll be like, oh my God, why are you so weird? Like, a lot of people are praying to be in the US and you are in the US and you're telling me you want to drop out. But I'm telling you that I got to that point where I wanted to drop out. I literally, like, one night, I was crying. Like, then crying to bed was not something that was strange to me. I would literally cry myself to bed. I would call my friend. And explain to her. She'll be like, girl, it's going to be okay. I understand how you are feeling. It's normal. Just give yourself the grace to adjust. And I think that was it for me. Like, I wasn't really giving myself the grace to adjust. Like, I just wanted everything to be fast-paced. I wanted to adjust to the educational system. I wanted to adjust to life in the US. I wanted to adjust to everything as fast as I could. Not remembering that I'm new here and I needed to give myself the grace to adjust. It was very terrible. So that fateful day, I was crying and I was like, what would happen if I drop out? I was like, yeah, what would happen if I drop out? And then I started researching. And then I saw that, you know, they were like, yeah, if you drop out of school, I mean, you leave your status and you have to go back to your country, Nigeria. Then I was like, okay, so if I have to go back to Nigeria, like, what am I taking along with me to Nigeria? Like, what am I taking along with me? Like, literally, I was like, can I take a gap year? Like, because I know a lot of people that take a semester gap year. I'm like, can I take a semester gap year? So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just going to, you know, talk to my advisor, because I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And something I also want you to know is that I did not know how to talk to my professors, because I'm coming from Nigeria, and in Nigeria, I literally do not like my professors knowing who I am. So I literally did not want to talk to my professors. So I was like, oh my God. So at that point, like, I had literally not spoken to anyone except for like few friends that knew. I told one of my friends that was also here, that girl, like, I'm contemplating on dropping out. And she was like, yeah, you know, I've contemplated this at one point. You're going to feel better. But girl, like, people, I was not feeling better. So I'm like, I guess I'm just going to drop out. Because this is so much for me. Like, in a week, I might have like 3 assignments, and all these 3 assignments, I literally have to think about it. Like, writing, doing this, I'm like, I'm not used to this. I just want to read, calm, and just pour it down. But they are like, you literally have to understand. You have to reflect on everything that you learned in class, and you have to put it in your own words. Who's asking you? I have to put it in your own words. And I'm like, this is not me. Like, I'm not used to this. Anyway, so I contemplated on dropping out. I reached out to my advisor, and then she was like, you know, like, let's meet up. And first off, she was kind of like validating me. Like, I literally have not even spoken. I've literally not even said why I called her, like why I wanted us to meet. And then like she started validating me that, you know, like I appreciate how persistent or how resilient, she said, because she was like, you know, you should have come during COVID. I know a lot of people that will not even bother to come, but you know, you were very persistent, you were very resilient, you decided to come, this and that, this and that. And I'm like, girl, like, you just have to persist through. Like, you just have to persist through. So I did not tell her that. So I literally, I'm just like, okay, I just came to like, you know, like just talk to you about things, and you know, thank you for validating me, blah 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 blah. And that was it. So I literally could not even tell her that I was contemplating on leaving the US to Nigeria. So, you know, I came back and I started telling myself that, you know, girl, you can do this. Then I started writing things on my wall, writing things, like having quotes, like having words on my phone, like literally reminding myself that I could do this. And you know, first off, I was struggling with one of my classes, because in that class, like, it involved a lot of writing, and and I was like, girl, not like I couldn't write, but I'm also like, these are like technical things, and I'm not even used to education system in the US. So like, I would literally write as a Nigerian. And oh my god, I forgot to tell you. So the first assignment I submitted it was a group assignment, and this woman rejected our assignment. Oh my god, I feel like this extra contributed. It was after this assignment that was like, I'm dropping out. Yeah, it was after this assignment that I was like, I am done. Like, I am done. I am going back to my country. What's all this? Like, what is all this? So the woman was like, you know, not like we didn't do the assignment properly, but we did reference properly. And I'm like, what do you mean we didn't reference properly? I did reference, because I mean, that is what we do in Nigeria. We cite, we do reference. But she was like, if it is a direct quote, you are supposed to put a quotation mark. And literally, I was taking things directly in some of the cases, but I did not put quotation mark. So she was like, people, I cannot mark this because this is academic dishonesty. I was like, what do you mean this is academic dishonesty? Like, I gave the people that did the work, I gave them the credit. What do you mean this is academic dishonesty? So she messaged myself and my partner, and then she was like, I'm not going to take this assignment from you, and the next time you let this repeat itself, I'm going to report you to the academic dishonesty committee. In my mind, I'm like, academic dishonesty? What do you mean academic dishonesty? Then I went to go and read about it, and then I was like, academic dishonesty means when you plagiarize or when you don't cite properly. I'm like, girl, what do you mean I did not cite properly? And then I went to, so then we're using like the APA 7th edition format. So I literally, my friend was with me, so she gave me the book, and I literally studied the APA 7th edition, like I was literally reading for exam. I'm like, God, like, what is this? So like, I'm telling you that I had to adjust a lot. So, you know, like in my first year, I'll put, oh my God, like, I literally don't know how to explain, but it was very terrible. It was very terrible. It was very stressful. It was very overwhelming. I had to deal with school. I had to deal with like my friends back home. I didn't want to lose my friends. If you know me, you know that I have issues with losing people. I have issues with losing friends. I didn't want to lose my friend. I was overwhelmed with work. I had school work. I had work. I had my friends, I had my personal life, I had my mental health, I had my spiritual everything. I didn't want to slack in any of those areas. It was very overwhelming. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to Nigeria. And also like the feeling of like inclusion, when you just literally feel like everyone is different from you. I'm like, I just need to go back to Nigeria where I feel the same with everyone. When I was in Nigeria, I was very brilliant though. I mean, that's what I tell myself. When I was in Nigeria, I was very brilliant though. Like, why would I come here and I will be feeling like I'm incompetent? Why would I come here and I will feel like shit? Why would I come here and I will literally have imposter syndrome, like doing things and feeling like they are not perfect enough? I'm just like, you know what? I will go back to Nigeria. In Nigeria, I'm a local champion. In Nigeria, I'm brilliant. Like, at least if they call like the brilliant people in my class, they will literally call my name as well. So, so yeah, anyway, that's why, I mean, literally that's how I contemplated. I'm like, you know, I'm going to go back to Nigeria. But I grew out of it eventually, and now I feel like I've adjusted. I mean, you never really adjust to a country But right now, I feel like I've gotten the people that make things work for me. Like I have my support system, I have friends here already, I have people I can talk to if I'm down, I have people I can talk to. I know what to do, like I know what to do when I'm down. I know how to like give myself grace. And eventually that's what I did. I just started giving myself grace. I'm like, you know what, girl, you are trying. You are literally trying. So I know what to do right now. And literally I'm stating this story, right? Not just because I want to like show people that, you know, like there's also a dark side to me, but I'm also stating this story because I know there are a lot of people out there that are like me, that are like, you know, like maybe they just moved to the US and they are finding it very hard to adjust. I'm telling you that I've been where you are, and I'm going to tell you to give yourself enough grace. You know, the way we give graces to other people, I want you to give that grace to yourself. Give yourself enough grace, and trust me, you will adjust eventually. And if you know, I mean, I might not be the right person to advise you, to be honest. If you know you can go to counseling services, like, you know, to just talk to someone, and if you are looking for somebody to talk to, like, please write to me, and then we can both support each other. I'm going to tell you that I'm not completely over it. Sometimes I overthink things, but I have never contemplated on dropping out. Like after that period, I have never contemplated on dropping out and going back to Nigeria to go and do what? Like, I'm enjoying the course I'm studying here, so why would I say I want to drop out and go back to Nigeria? First off, I don't quit. I don't quit. I finish whatever it is that I've started. So why would I drop? Besides, I'm even in second year. When I'm almost graduating, why would I say I want to drop out and go back to Nigeria? So I'm telling you that if you feel this way, you are not alone. I've been where you are. I've felt a similar way. In fact, I feel like I've even felt maybe more terrible. Or I mean, I'm not going to dismiss anybody's story, but you know, sometimes I've felt even more terrible, and sometimes, you know, like you feel good. Like you never can tell, you know. So if you're like me, I've been where you are, and if you're just coming to the US, I'm going to tell you that it's not everyone. I literally know some people that they adjusted pretty fine. But if you're an overthinker, please just have it at the back of your mind that you need to give yourself enough grace for you to adjust. Yes, you know you can adapt to a new environment, but giving yourself enough grace cannot be overemphasized. Anyways, I know this story was kind of all over the place, but I'm just like, let me just, you know, like talk about it. Because besides, I'm over it now. Like, you never see me. Like, if I was literally talking about it today, I would be crying. Like, oh my God, I'll call my friends. Like, I remember I said I was staying alone. I'll call my friend. I'll be like, please come and sleep in my house. Like, it was like that. I'll be like, please come and sleep in my house. I'll call my friend. I'll be like, guy, like, and I'm so down. Please just come and check up on me. Like, it was like that. Like, I would literally cry. But now I'm over it. I can't even remember the last time I cried. Fine, I think about things, but I can't remember the last time I cried about school. I cannot remember. I cannot remember the last time I cried about school, because I have now adjusted, and that is what I want you to see, that you need to give yourself the grace to adjust, and once you adjust, you are fully into the system. So if you enjoyed this story, or if I've validated you in one way or the other, please do not forget to give my video a thumbs up. Do not forget to comment down below. Do not forget to share this video to people you know it will be helpful to. Until I see you in my next video.